Happy Saturday with Thanksgiving around the corner. Today, I've got a triple helping of positivity for you, and we need it. The biggest game of the season is upon us, and we could not get news at a more critical time. In this video, we're talking about 3 positive developments that will have you feeling more pumped heading into Lambeau. By the way, I'm Nate, and I make daily 49ers content. Hit subscribe if that's what you're looking for, but let me know in the comments, guys, how you're feeling about the 49ers' chances heading into this game without Brock Purdy, with Brandon Allen at the helm, without Nick Bosa, with Jonathan Garvin hopping in there, helping out as an edge rusher, with YGM back and healthy, that's good, with Leonard Floyd. I mean, are the 49ers going to be able to get it done? Are they? Let me know in the comments what you think about the 49ers' chances, and you can be as honest as you want. But first things first, we learned yesterday that the Packers' defense is going to be a little banged up heading into this game on Sunday. Jair Alexander and Edgerrin Cooper out. We first kind of heard actually that they were just not practicing yesterday. And then we heard also, I guess yesterday, that the Packers will be without 2 key defenders. So they're officially out now, according to 49ers and NFL News 24/7. Or at 49ers Sports Talk. There you go. Maybe that's the way I should have done it. But the offense was pretty off last week, okay? The 49ers offense was off. And we're going to need a much better offense if we're going to go up against the Green Bay Packers and destroy them. Yes, of course, you know, it helps that they're a little banged up, and I don't like to celebrate injuries or anything like that, but I'm not going to say this isn't a positive and a help for the 49ers either, you know, and I'm going to take it, okay? I'm going to take it for what it's worth. That being said, the offense needs to improve, and fortunately, a guy that we really missed last week, George Kittle, who many people picked to be the most important player versus the Seattle Seahawks, he'll be ready to go, so that's fantastic news. Where'd that go? Where is it? There you go. As expected, 49ers tight end George Kittle does not have an injury designation and is cleared to go Sunday in Green Bay. So there you go. You'll take that. He was listed as a full participant on Friday after being limited previous 2 days. So we're excited for George Kittle to be out there. Of course, you're going to need him, okay? You're going to need George Kittle, no doubt, okay? Now, there's a question mark, of course, in terms of what our offense can do and what our defense can do. So let's start off by talking about what our offense can do against this defense with George Kittle, okay? We learned recently that the Packers, okay, their defense ranks number 28 defense adjusted value over average against tight ends, making George Kittle's return even more vital for the 49ers this week, according to David Lombardi. What's that other one that I had there too? Yeah, 49ers face the number 10 EPA Packers defense, but it's ranked number 29 over the past 3 games. Okay, now this is interesting if you want to look at the Brandon Allen stats against whatever. I'm not going to bother with those particular details. I think it kind of goes away from the point that I'm trying to make, that this defense, their defense, okay, is good on paper, but lately have not been as good. And you'll take that, especially for George Kittle. We're going to need him to be healthy. So I'm excited about those positives there. Let's talk about the other side of the ball. So we know that Brock Purdy, he's injured. We know that Jordan Love has been throwing picks this season. He's had 11 picks this season already, and that's as many as he threw in all of last season. I think I told you that earlier this week. We also know that he's on 8 consecutive games throwing picks. So yeah, I would love to see a scenario where Fred Warner goes out there and we get our Fred Warner back. We've been missing him for the last few weeks. Ever since his ankle injury, he hasn't been quite the same. We would love to see Fred Warner get out there and be the presence that he was to start the season. We are going to need him to be that way. We're also going to need other guys like Leonard Floyd to go out there and make it happen, because he has not been that great through the majority of the season. He's been good, not great. Well, last week, we saw the best out of Leonard Floyd we've seen so far this season. So maybe Leonard, it would be awesome if you could continue that trend. I know it's easier said than done. And continue that production as you move into the game against the Green Bay Packers. If you can get some pressure on the quarterback, you got fresh legs I'm forgetting who commented it. Someone commented, I'm sorry. If you're watching this, I apologize. You commented it, and I should have pulled it up for you, but commented that we'll have fresh legs, and you'll take that in a young guy, even if he's not great, stats-wise or whatever, and hasn't played that many games. He'll love Jonathan Garvin will love his opportunity to go back up against the Packers, and he'll love the opportunity to have fresh legs against tired legs this far into the season. So that's a great point. Thank you for that comment. Also, you have YGM who's back, and he's healthy, and he's just coming back from injury, but he also looked pretty healthy in the one shot he had. He had some defensive woes when it came to the run defense, but he did a good job getting some pressure on the quarterback, so we'll take that as well. So, how are the 49ers going to win in Lambeau against the Packers in a massive game? By the way, comment below if you're going to the game. Like, that'd be, kudos to you if you go to the game. Would love to hear from you if you're going to the game. How are the 49ers going to go do it? They're going to need guys like George Kittle to go out there and play a fantastic game. They're going to need guys like Jawan Jennings, who, by the way, John Lynch talked about today on KMBR, talked about that big play where it's a 3rd and 11, and Jawan Jennings catches the ball halfway there and just carries 4 guys across the line. It just wills his team to victory. We're going to need more performances like that. Everybody's going to need to be cohesive, and I'm hoping that this injury, as sucky as it is, I'm really hoping that it's an opportunity for the 49ers to go out there and to do something that they have not done this season, which is to play complementary football, to play as one unit on all 3 phases throughout all 4 quarters. If the 49ers can play as one cohesive unit in all 3 phases across 4 quarters, then my goodness, the 49ers definitely have a shot to make this happen, especially with Kyle Shanahan, the QB whisperer, out there calling plays. I know he's not perfect, and I know a lot of you have a lot of negative things to say about him. That's fine. You're more than welcome to say those things, but you saw what he did with Matty Ice, who didn't really do anything else other than that. You saw what he did with Jimmy Garoppolo, who hasn't really done anything other than that. You saw what he's done with Brock Purdy, and you can see what he might do with Brendan Allen given the opportunity. We'll have to wait and see how it goes. No, it's not the script we would have written, but by golly, if they win the game, we're going to be feeling really good about what that team has put together, and I'm looking forward to it, and I'll be, on the channel watching. I need to get some more community posts out there, and I need to start elevating your comments. I'm sorry, life has been super, super busy, but I will get there, I promise. I'm really looking forward to your guys' takes, even if I disagree with them. I think it's just so fun. This is what football is all about. This is what sports is all about, right? Having the back and forth, having the conversation. Is Brock Purdy worth the money? All those conversations are fun, so just throw it out there in the nicest way possible. I look forward to joining you in the comments, as always. What a time to be alive. This is a crazy, crazy season to have a team that is so individually powerful in terms of, rankings and skills and all proness and all those things. Like, there's so many players on this team that are Pro Bowl players, that are incredible players. And the 49ers are 5-5. What is going on? This is a wild time to be alive. But you know what? It's Saturday. I'm optimistic. I'm feeling psyched about tomorrow. This is going to be super fun. I hope it's going to be super fun. I say that now because I'm real hyped right now, and you never know halfway through the game if I'm like, why did I say that? What was I thinking? Because I'm just thinking about most of the games this season when I was extremely angry and yelling at the TV. Maybe not super fun. Maybe that's not the word I would use. But right now I'm feeling optimistic, so I'm going to stick with my optimism, my endless optimism, which happens up until the 49ers kick the football off, and then my optimism sometimes goes out the window. We'll find out what happens. Look forward to joining you in the comments as always. Thanks for being here.